On the subject of chops, we learned that in Mexico, before a trumpet player is given his instrument to play, he's encouraged very highly and sometimes forcefully to play that mouthpiece for a long time before he puts it in the horn. And this, of course, gets him accustomed to buzzing the embouchure, which, of course, is where it all starts. And that simply means actually what you're doing is sort of puckering the lips around the area of which we call the embouchure closely to the teeth, leaving a small hole for the air column to be controlled from the diaphragm up through the air column, straight through this little hole and right into the mouthpiece where it produces where the buzz produces the sound after it reaches, goes into the instrument. And this is the basis of the whole sound of the trumpet. The buzz. Doesn't matter if you waste a bit of saliva in there, that's what you got water keys on there for, so don't worry about that. Just then after you've done that for a while, remember, don't let too much of this part of the lip become exposed because you can't control it. This is the weakest part of your body, so tuck it and get it under the area where you can put some pressure on it. If I let this go out like this, I couldn't possibly make an octave higher. This work, I can, because I control that area with the buzz. So now we've learned to buzz and put the mouthpiece up there. Then take it down and buzz it all without it. Remember, the basic theory is that for low notes it's ta, for the middle notes it's tu, and for the higher part is ti. Ti, tu, ta, ta, tu, ti. And then you put it in, and remember your scales and so forth that you've worked on, and then you begin to produce first a nice warm, think of a long, fat, wide, full column of air that you're going to produce from here all the way to the back of the area where you are, the room or the classroom or the school, or if you're outdoors, make it go all the way to the back of the backyard. That same buzz, only this way you're controlling the air column with a nice, and it all works mentally. It's all, you're thinking of a nice warm column of air, which produces a nice big fat warm sound. Now, remember your stance. You have to stand so that your body is planted perfectly. Both feet are flat on the ground, and your arms are raised to the point where you're allowing your lungs enough air to produce the sound and to produce the air column and the wind that you need to play this wind instrument. So don't cramp yourself out and cramp your style and cramp your air column and hamper your ability to play and blow with full force and a full air column by trying to be hip the way that you've probably seen some players play, standing over like this, and you can't play like that. That's wrong. You've seen guys doing like that, and the only thing you do when you see guys do it like this and playing like you, the only thing you do is say, look at that cat play, or did you see him play? You don't say, listen to him play or did you hear him play? You say, look at that cat, man. But you don't want to get involved with that. You want people to hear and you want to enjoy what you're playing. So you're playing for sound, not for to be looked at. So remember to stand properly. Now if you're sitting, you're going to be playing in the section. Make sure that you're sitting so that your body is distributed properly. You sit back in your seat, feet planted. Arms raised properly, allowing plenty of space in the diaphragm. It's very difficult to play when you see some guys sitting in sections and they think they're hip and they're groove and they sit like that. You can't play like that. You can't even talk that way. You might say, hey man, what's the next tune that we're playing? And it's difficult to speak in that fashion. Well, if you sit up, what's the next tune that we're playing? And it's very easy to let the air column open up and you can play and you play in the same fashion. I'll show you the difference in that. It's impossible. You can't do it. You need that. Remember, trumpet players have to be in almost as good physical condition as boxers and quarterbacks and athletes. So stay in there, stick in there, and give it a good shot because you're going to enjoy it way down the line.